if 30 Rock and Kimmy Schmidt had a baby, that baby would be great news. I cannot believe I wasn't aware of this show until a friend recommended it to me. And then I watched one episode and then just watched the entire show over the course of, I think, 3 days. Which is more impressive than it sounds because it's only 2 seasons. And I don't know why NBC cancelled it after 2 seasons. Bearing in mind that's only, I believe, 23 episodes in total. It is absolutely fantastic. This first aired in 2017 and created by Tracey Wigfield, executive produced by Tina Fey. Tina Fey does appear in this occasionally, and she also wrote, I think, at least one of the episodes. Although she didn't create it and she hasn't written too much in it, it does feel like Kimmy Schmidt meets 30 Rock. Kimmy Schmidt, because our protagonist Katie, played by Briga Heelan, kind of has a slightly more mature and worldly Kimmy Schmidt approach to her. Quite naive, very outgoing, eager to succeed, and eager to help other people as well. And there's something about Carol, her mother, and I will explain their relationship, played by Andrea Martin, who just reminds me of Lillian. There's one point where she says something, and I can't remember what it is, but she sounded so much like Lillian. And then on the other side, 30 Rock, TV production, great news, is centered around a news station. And obviously that means we have a lot of cameras around there. We have some TV personalities who are very aware of their images and how the media portrays them. So there are a lot of similar themes going on there. We also have some characters that can be directly related to those in 30 Rock. This wasn't meant to be a comparison, but for me, that's exactly what I see when I watch it. I feel like Portia is very much the Jenna Maroney of this. She's played by Nicole Richie. It took me a while to realise it was Nicole Richie. Really loved her performance. John Michael Higgins plays Chuck Pierce, the show's anchor, who is very much like Jack Donaghy. And Justin, played by Horatio Sanz, reminds me so much of a character from 30 Rock, whose name I can't remember, the one who wears the baseball cap. So there are a lot of direct comparisons, and I don't know if that was meant to be the case or if I'm reading too much into it, but unquestionably those are the vibes I'm getting. If you like either of those shows, you will love this. The first season, is quite free in the narratives that each episode presents. The first episode sees Katie's mother, Carol. Katie is a producer of features for this, for Great News. It's not called Break News, it's called the Breakdown. And her mother decides to get an internship at the Breakdown. Obviously, Katie doesn't want to work where her mother works, and the first few episodes finds its feet by showing us their relationship. Carol being a lot older, the show lends itself to age discrimination topics, but it's all done kind of frivolously, tastefully, but not too seriously, so you can still enjoy it very lightheartedly. And there are some, random stories throughout this. Each episode is kind of unconnected in the first season. The second season is a different story. The second season is primarily about the relationship between Katie and Greg played by Adam Campbell, and I will say that it doesn't milk it too much to begin with, but towards the final 3 or 4 episodes of season 2, it became a bit too much about will they, won't they, and I didn't lose interest. I still thoroughly enjoyed it, but had this had a third season, I really would have needed that storyline to have resolved itself, because it would have got old very quickly. We also get to meet Greg's Gram, played by Christina Pickles, who I absolutely love, and I love this character. And obviously, Tina Fey, I can't tell you who she plays. I mean, I'll tell you she plays Diana Saint-Tropez, but I won't tell you what the character is or what she brings to it. But she doesn't come into it until season 2. But she has some pretty interesting contributions to this. My favourite of her storylines, because I didn't expect it, was the harassment episode. I can't say any more than that. But I just didn't expect the way that unfolded. I absolutely adore this. It's very well edited, very well presented. Each episode concludes itself very nicely. There are some that have cliffhangers, but not too many. But either way, you are going to want to binge watch this. It is amazing. If you like 30 Rock, if you like Kimmy Schmidt, you will absolutely adore this. Only 23 episodes. It will take you half a day to watch it in one sitting. I would suggest you ration it, just because it's brilliant. Great news. Unfortunately, it wasn't great news when I realised it was only 2 seasons. But ultimately, I had a lot of fun with this one. I truly adored it.